All right.
So happy. Yes, go for it.
A quick little intro. Sorry, I didn't, give you the scoop on what we're doing here, but welcome everybody on who's live and catching this on the replay. I am Lumi, your host. We have a lot of new people in the collective as a result of like a little viral moment that I've been having on Instagram. As you can see, I am not on camera. This is a very like neurodiverse, friendly space. So we encourage you to show up on calls as you want, okay? Which sometimes means not on camera. We also actively use the chat to communicate with each other. So I would recommend that you have the chat open. And I'm feeling rather nonverbal, so I'm not going to yap too much today. I'm just going to introduce our guest teacher, Jess. She is a member of the Circle of Stars membership. And honestly, that mystery school, like the whole point of it, like my mission here, like what I'm doing beyond investigating all sorts of nerdy stuff and like putting patterns together is like really creating a synarchical space. So, like, the synarchy is different from a hierarchy. It's still a differentiation as far as power dynamics and roles, but everybody's equal in the synarchy, right? So, like, there's no competition. I am not the only teacher in here. I know a lot of things, but like, even if we are teaching the same things, the way that I say things is going to be different than the way somebody else does, right? So, like, my goal with this space is to teach myself, but also to bring in a variety of different voices, and so they can showcase their magic and get their freaking bag, because we are here to be the new earth leaders and like participate in this wealth transfer that is going on. And how we do that is by getting out of the head into the heart and living our dharma. Okay, so just as a side note for anybody who's listening to this either live or on the replay, if you would like to present something, this is something that is open to basically anybody who's in a membership. I gotta kind of vet you a little bit, to be honest. But beyond that, you can come and share. Jess is a lovely human who is just in the process of putting herself out there. She is like very similar to me in the sense that she's got a lot of different things that she teaches, a lot of different healing modalities and ways to assist you in becoming your most magical embodied self. And today she's going to share a talk on attention being the new currency, as you can see on the screen here. And I believe we're going to do a meditation as well. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Jess. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm here because I just followed my intuition and I took action. And I think that's like a big part. Like, that's also why I was saying, like, I love Sedona and I want to be like, Sedona needs me because it needs groundedness, because I'm really about using the practices to, just like Lumi was saying, like, create the new earth. We can't just be all off in the ethers all the time. And so it's also not about just like bypassing reality. It's like, it's just about showing up each day in a way that allows us to respond rather than react to life. So thank you. My name is Jess. You can check me out on Transcend with Jess on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. Although my TikTok, don't know what I'm doing over there, just to be full transparency. So welcome to this. I'm going to try to keep it brief and honor your time and just kind of go over some basics about why I do what I do and why I'm so passionate about it. So why meditation, mantra now? As you know, we live in this age of constant input. I mean, we're really not meant to take in information as fast as our phones give it to us. And so our nervous systems are just saturated, and it becomes difficult to recognize your own inner knowing because you're just being bombarded from all angles with lots of information, and then also just lots of signals, lots of, like Wi-Fi, and there's so much going on. So I have found that meditation creates space. We do mantra sometimes, like mentally, sometimes we actually do it verbally, and it really studies the mind and regulates the nervous system. There's a lot of neuroscience backing this up now, what the yogis have not known for like 5,000 plus years. But now we're like, we think we're so smart with science. Science is just backing up what yogis have known for centuries, thousands of years. So anyways, from steadiness that we get, like from meditation, we start to begin to hear that inner guidance, that inner knowing. We can listen to our heart because your heart whispers. Your mind is loud, but your heart whispers. So we have to quiet the mind in order to hear what the heart's trying to tell us. So a little bit about me and why I'm even doing this, or you should listen to me or whatever. So, I am the founder of the Beloved Way Transcendence School. And just a little bit about what that means. I, like Lumi, had studied the fourth way, and I was doing a lot of self-study. And I was reading a book by P.D. Ouspensky, and it was just getting really into this minutia of like electrons and neutrons. And it's interesting, but I just stopped for a moment. I have a meditation background and everything. I just stopped and I was like, well, I guess I have to teach the fifth way because like there's like this is just too much. It's like too much in the mind, I was feeling like. And I just was like, well, what's the fifth way? And as soon as I asked the question, like the way of the beloved came into my mind, like, or just, it just like floated in quietly. It was the way of the beloved. And I was like, oh, like bringing the heart into these teachings. So I bring that heart into what I teach in my school. And I actually didn't even know what that really meant, but I was like, I know that's the name. I know I'm going to take action and put one foot forward at a time. And it's unfolding as I take action. So for nearly 1,000 consecutive days, Monday will be my 1,000th day of doing one specific meditation. I've maintained this meditation practice, and then about halfway through that, like I think it was like I figured out the math, but I forget now, like day like 459 or something like that. I started teaching because I was having such great breakthroughs from my own practice that Spirit whispered to me, like, I think you should just teach this. And I had wanted to do it in the morning and I wanted to do it first thing. And it was really about my own accountability and just listening to the whispers of Spirit. I had no idea. It wasn't a school, nothing. It was just like, hey, do this. So I did. And so my work, I'm a Kundalini yoga certified teacher, and I'm actually organic holistic hairstylist. I've been that for over 20 years, so I've really held space for people for a very long time. Kind of moving more into my Dharma path, which is the school. But I have a lot of I have a lot of uh my words are not coming to me either. Experience, which is holding space for people. So the Enneagram, something that I teach, kind of base a lot of my teachings on, and this is the Enneagram as more like the fourth way Enneagram, not the Enneagram of personality. Because if we're talking about psyops, the Enneagram of personality is kind of a psyop. Like if you're into it, like I know shade, but I'm just saying like it's like grabbing a thimble of the ocean and being like, this is the ocean, right? It's just one very teeny tiny application that you can use the Enneagram for. And it's so much more vast than that. And so this meditation became the foundation that helped me move through information overwhelm and overload, right? Because that's so easy to just it's a nervous system, like just freeze because you're like, there's too much. How many courses have you bought that you haven't finished? How many things have you done? Because you're just like overwhelming yourself and then you're overwhelming your nervous system and then you just don't do anything. So been there, done that. So I totally get that. And so this practice has allowed me to lead, to create. Like I was telling Lumi, what a problem to have. I have so much I've created, and now I just have to tell people about it. Like, hey, I'm doing this thing over here. I want to support more people while I'm still doing daily meditation because it's like I'm on day like 537 of teaching every time, same day, same time every day. And I'm not doing that forever. So I really want to help people and get people involved in this last like 400 and something days that I'm going to be teaching every single day. So, um, so your mind, you probably have heard this, but you can't hear it enough. Your mind is the most powerful transmitter and receiver. Your brain is constantly receiving signals from the outside world and transmitting signals back to you via thoughts, emotions, and your attention. And neuroscience shows this now, like that the brain filters millions, like millions of pieces of information every second. Your eyes are filtering at your ears, everything's coming through. And it determines what you pay attention to, what you ignore, but your subconscious is really like taking everything in. So when the mind is noisy or overwhelmed, overloaded, those signals just start to become distorted. And it's like we just don't have a clear channel anymore. So I have found meditation and mantra calm the nervous system, organize brain activity, and allow the mind to receive information with more clarity and then transmit intention with a greater coherence. So it's like you're receiving a better signal and then your brain is sending out a better signal as well. So this is just like some fun things because I cannot tell you how many people have come to me and be like, I can't meditate. I can't meditate. And I'm like, they think meditation is no thoughts. And that's really not what meditation is. It's not about clearing your mind of all your thoughts and just being like, oh, like it's about gently guiding your attention to where you want. Like the simple thing of meditation is just a guided awareness, like a focused attention of somewhere. And so guided visualizations, also no shade to those. I love them. Like I love guided visualizations, but it's not really meditation. It can assist you, and I've done them before, but as like if you were doing like a daily practice, it's not as engaging as a true meditation because it's more than relaxation. It invites deeper engagement with your inner self and embracing presence, and it's not about escaping it. It's about being really with yourself. So the essence of what meditation is what I was saying. It's just that attention awareness, and you can direct focus to cultivate a deeper connection with your thoughts, your surroundings, and it's not getting rid of the thoughts. It's actually letting the thoughts kind of bubble up and just not attaching to them. The problem that thoughts can have is that we start ruminating on thoughts and we start looping and we're just like thinking the same thing over and over, and that's the problem. And that's actually something that a meditation helps break that, especially the type of meditation that I teach. And it breaking distraction, it trains your mind to stay present and aware and allowing you to break free from that endless chatter I was just talking about, the looping, creating space for clarity, insight, and just genuine connection. And people feel it. Like I so much, like walk in a room and people just know that there's something like more calm and peaceful about you. So these are the anchors of like meditation. They're all great. You can do object. You can just take any object, candle flame, you can do a plant, a leaf, anything, and you kind of just stare into it and let yourself get lost. It's been said that Einstein and Edison did this as like they did a candle gaze and just kind of helped them tune into that higher knowing, because also a lot of brilliant people have said that, and I feel this too. I'm not definitely not saying I'm brilliant, but I'm saying people have said things just come to them, like like information gets channeled to them to create, and that's definitely what's happened for me. Sound is another one you can just focus on. You can focus on your fridge. You can focus on birds chirping, whatever sound the fan could be on. You can just sit and like focus on a sound. You can play something on your phone, focus on music. That's another great way to meditate because you're just focusing your attention. Mantra, it doesn't have to be. I use a lot of Gurbani, which is the spoken word of Gurmukhi. Gurmukhi is the written, and that's one of the 26 plus Indian languages. And but you can repeat any kind of mantra. It's actually been shown that it's better if you don't fully engage and know what you're chanting. I know that sounds weird, but our minds want to really like pick everything apart. So you might have a better experience with chanting like Gurbani than you would chanting English because your mind starts to like think about what the meaning of it too much, if that makes sense. And then you can just focus on the breath. So I'm sure most people, that's probably the most popular one. I even tell people I do Reiki as well. And it's like, I'll tell people just to focus on their breath. When their mind starts to wander, come back to the breath. So that's really great. All of those are perfect. And breath and mantra are probably what I focus the most on. Although, spoiler alert, Kundalini yoga does all of them. You use it in all of them, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meditations. So breath meditation, it really calms you. It calms the nervous system. There's a great website. I think it's called pranascience.com. If you go on there, there's actually a lot of peer-reviewed scientific studies all about breath. So, so people, I mean, I just feel things and I know that they work. I don't need the science, but the science to back it up is kind of cool. And some people need that. And, or, we feel like, what do people ask you? Why are you doing this? Like, who cares? And you're like, well, here, this is why, because they would like the science. But, it really centers your awareness and creates peace. Like I really have a much more peace in my life, and I've attracted the most beautiful beings since I've been doing this. So, mantra meditation also channels your attention. It literally shifts the vibration and the signal that you're sending. The ancient yogis knew when you can think the meditation and that really kind of calms your mind. But as you chant like out loud the meditation, the yogis had figured out the certain sounds that you make hit your tongue hits the top of your mouth and the meridians that are in the top of your mouth, and you're literally playing your body like an instrument. So it's really, really cool. Um, yeah, fourth way is super complicated. Thank you. I forgot to check the chat, but yeah, it made my brain, and I feel like Lumi's brain probably works like a little bit better in that area with her polymath and everything, but it's mine is definitely more I'm heart intuitive, like, and sometimes the words are escaping me as well, but so this is why I'm like such a nerd for Kundalini yoga. And if you look it up, go look it up. I love this. There's so much anti-Kundalini yoga. I've been called evil. I'm channeling evil spirits. The man who brought it to the West there's a lot of sketchy things about him, Guru Jagat. She was kind of revitalizing Kundalini, and she passed away. And there was like a lot about, I mean, there's just so much bad press about there, but I invite you to look at it because the thing is, whether anything's true or not, I don't think so. I have a lot of friends that were really close with Guru Jagat. I never met her. Um, and they're the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. So I go by like that, and just kind would give you the shirt off their back. Um, whether or not anybody did anything, we are we're not we're out of the age of the guru. We're not kissing the rings of people anymore like that. We're not putting people on pedestals. So it doesn't really matter because we're looking at the technology as what it does for people. And I'm always skeptical, not so much like did they do it or didn't they do it? Whatever it is, I think there was some sexual harassment things brought against Yogi Bhajan, who brought this technology to the West in the 60s. But it came out after he died, so there's that. And I'm definitely not never about like not believing the victim, but there's also these people are targeted. He may have done it, and just there's always a targeted effort to squash anything that's going to help you awaken and be a sovereign human being. That's the point I'm trying to get at. So I just like to say that because the questions always come up when people start doing research or Googling or whatever. And there's a expose on HBO called Breath of Fire. And, like I invite you, like, check it all out. For me, I've been doing this technology for several years, and it's moves the energy so fast, and it includes all those the foundational four parts of meditation that we were talking about. So I love the technology. And I'm also not a Sikh. It comes from the Sikh Dharma. I really try to do my best to honor that. And yet, like, I'm not a dogmatic person at all. So I often just tell my students to be the scientists of their own life. And, if something's not expressed clearly in all the write-ups, there's write-ups on all the meditations. I'm like, I don't know, try it out, experiment. I think we're moving out of the age of dogma too. Like, I'm not Sikh, I'm not Christian, I'm not anything, I'm all of them. I'm not anything, I'm all of it, because we're all everything. So I love this technology. And I also, in my classes, I teach mostly a Kundalini meditation, but we do other stuff at the end, because you're in such a beautiful state at the end of a meditation. So it utilizes sound, the resonance, and ancient practices to awaken that dormant energy. It said that it lies at the base of your spine, and then it awakens, and it helps awaken you to everything that's going on. Maybe you're too awake, and people have probably also heard about like having a Kundalini awakening. What I find is when you're intentionally practice, like my Kundalini awakening happened very slow and very intentional. It wasn't like this shock of my nervous system. So it's nothing to be afraid of. And I think a lot of times it can happen through trauma too, which is when people's awakens really fast. So this is more intentional and a calmer way to do it. So I found that it wasn't scary at all. Oh, that's so amazing. We have so much. That's crazy. I was just reading, Lumi said it was a big part of her awakening too, by the way. Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's awesome, Erica. It's changed her life. Yeah. Very cool. I was just checking on the chat. Yeah. Yeah, your personal experience. Exactly. Yeah, it can be hard. It's as hard as you want to make it because like that, like eventually, like not eventually. Um, I love the group meditation. And what my teacher taught me, my Kundalini yoga teacher, she's like my husband calls her my fairy gong mother because she plays the gong. So she's my fairy gong mother, and she's like in her 70s, and she's amazing. And she's very open. She's not dogmatic. She may be like slightly more dogmatic than me, but she's the older generation. But what she told me and impressed upon me, and it's the same in Zoom or in person, is the power of the group energy is that you get the juice, you get the power, the energy from the strongest yogini in the room. So if one yogi is doing it correctly in all the Zoom room or in all the class, you get that energy too. You could literally, I tell my students, if you're tired, just come on, turn off your camera and lay there and get the juice. Like you're still getting it. And that's why I'm such a nerd about like practicing in a group. So it just supports all these awakening. You guys are familiar with that on the live call, but anybody that's not, it really does foster a deep connection. I like what works. I like what works, and it works fast. And it supports expanded awareness because it integrates the energies of your chakras. I have a course about the chakras and the energy bodies and how to release like childhood patterns around that. So that has really helped too. So what I want to do for anybody, I feel like most people attracted to Lumi's work are either creatives or entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs. We are Jupiter just went direct. It was retrograding for a while, and it's just feeling like Jupiter's the energy of expansion and easy blessings and miracles. So this is like the perfect week to really foster this meditation. This is a really long, hard meditation that we're not going to make it long and hard today. We're going to just do easy blessings for this special day. So I taught this not even the full one. The full version of this is 62 minutes and you're holding your arms up. So that's when we're talking about it getting painful. But some of the, it's, you never should hurt yourself. Like never, you always have to honor your body. But if you just stretch yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, the whole idea is to stress your nervous system a little bit intentionally with Kundalini yoga so that you are, it's like that expansive energy. You're stretching it a little bit intentionally so that when you're off the mat and you're in the collective, you have the capacity to hold more. You have the capacity of more like support and protection is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to check the chat really quick. So this whole thing, this whole little next part will be about 13 minutes and then we'll just wrap up. So it's not, you want to do long and hard one? Yeah, no, you can. I actually, I don't know. We'll figure out how you can follow me or DM me on Instagram and I will send you the one I did yesterday, which is still not the really long, hard one. I'm going to start doing that on the 11th of every month in my collective. I used to do an 11th day meditation, and it's early if you're on the West Coast, but if you're on the East Coast, it's pretty good. So, so with Kundalini Yoga, it's ideal for the person teaching it just to cover their head. And so I do, and I find, and this is what I tell my students, there's no obligation for you to cover your head. You don't have to wear white. Everything's like, there's a reason for it. But what I have my students do is just try it. Like we're doing one that's all breath right now in my school. And so I just said, be the scientist of your own life. And honestly, if you're trying to connect higher and awaken for the breath, then you wouldn't cover your head. But if you're using the breath for healing the physical body, I find covering the head keeps the energy in your physical body a little bit more. So it really is just what you're trying to accomplish, what's your goal. And so again, with the dogma, I'm like, it's everything, like Lumi knows it's fourth way. It's both and it's all of the things when you get to like a second level of awareness. It's not this or that. It's you get a little above the polarity and it's everything. So so we tune in with Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, which for any of you who've done that, you know that one. And it just means very loosely translated, it means I bow to the creative wisdom, I bow to the divine teacher within. And then I always do the Mangala Charn mantra, which is a protection mantra. And that one is really great to do anytime. I mean, the more Mangala Charn, the better, especially in like our world. And it projects out. It's projecting you. You actually, when we start doing it, it goes Ad Gune May. This is how it starts. You just want to visualize white light surrounding you, starting at your right, coming behind you, going to the left and the front. It's just like pillars of white light surrounding you. And then surround anybody you want, anybody that needs it. I say the planets often too. So, and that loosely translates to I bow to the primal I, I bow to the primal wisdom. I bow to the truth that has existed throughout the ages. I bow to the true wisdom. I bow to the great divine wisdom. And what I do love, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a Sikh, but what I love about Sikh Dharma is they're like, are we just all talking about the same God? Like whatever that life force energy that's flowing through everything, aren't we all just talking about the same thing? Can we just knock it off, with all the separation stuff? So I do love that. And then when they get too many rules get involved, I'm like, and now I'm out. So anyways, that's just my personal hangups. So bring our hands together in prayer pose. You can bring your hands together. If you would like, you can kind of lower them down a little bit to where they rest in that notch just above your sternum. There's like a notch in your sternum. And then let your elbows push your hands together effortlessly. You can close your eyes, focus at your third eye with eyes closed. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Another inhale. And exhale. Inhale to tune in. Do it as best as you can. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Namo Guru Dev Namo Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale. Exhale. Now the Mangala Charn mantra, the protection mantra goes Ad Gude Name, Jugad Gude Name, Sat Gude Name, Siddhi Gurudev Name. If you know it, you can chant it. Otherwise, just listen or try to follow the sounds. Everything's perfect wherever you feel like doing. Inhale. Agure name, jugagure name, satgure name, siri gurure ve name. Agure name, jugagure name, Satgure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name, Agure Name, Jugagure Name, Satgure Name, Siri Gurudeve Name. Inhale. See pillars of white light surrounding you, this practice, this day, your life, your loved ones, and this planet. And exhale. And if you did chant the mantra, just notice how you feel. Even just that tuning in and chanting the protection mantra is part of the meditation. So I usually do this and then about 3 minutes of breath work for each class. So even if you only have time, 5 minutes, it's perfect. So, and it's about noticing. So this meditation, you're going to listen to a mantra. You're not going to have to chant it, don't worry. But this mantra means one who sustains us, one who liberates us, one who uplifts us, infinite one who does everything, one whose by grace everything is done, nameless and desireless, encompasses all. I really love the fourth way word for God is the absolute. And it's just that absolute energy that goes through everything. It's not the anthropomorphized energy that many people think of in the West as like some dude in the sky handing out, doling out punishments. That's not what we're talking about. If you believe that, that's totally fine. We're okay to everything, but that's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about that energy that flows through everything. So this is Jupiter Business Kriya. I'm sorry, Jupiter Kriya to build business intuition. This Kriya, which Kriya just means completed action. This Kriya, called Jupiter Kriya, brings prosperity home. It's powerful enough to clear out the garbage in your subconscious mind. Your own electromagnetic psyche shall be tuned in with the universal electromagnetic field. So the mudra is you're going to take your two Jupiter fingers and interlace them like that. And if you want to be an achiever, you're going to hold that at the heart center, hold that mudra at the heart center. If you want to have the power of projection, so I want to read to you how it says it. And a lot of times when we teach Kundalini yoga, if you haven't taken it before, we're just really encouraged to always read the write-ups because our subconscious mind starts to make things up. So memorization is actually discouraged. So just so you know, when I first went, I was like, this lady doesn't even know what she's talking about. She's reading from the book. That's where my mind was. That was the state I was in. Very judgmental when I started. So if you hold it at the heart center, you'll be an achiever. If you hold it at the third eye, you will have the strongest projection you can have. Now, my word of caution to you is if you're not feeling great, don't do this because you're going to project that out, right? You want to feel like really good and confident and you're like, maybe you're ready to grow on social media or whatever, then this is what you want to project out. This is great. And this is easier on your arms too. So you just want to achieve, your dharma, your purpose in life. This is a great place to be. So the eye gaze is the tip of the nose. So you're just going to look at the tip of the nose. You're going to listen to the mantra. So we've got sound. We've got the eye gaze and we've got a mudra here, and you're just going to like long, deep breathe during it. So let me see if there's any questions. Okay. Well, this should put you to sleep then in the UK. So, whoop. Okay. So let me just get the music going real quick. Okay. I was like, is it not gonna play? It's playing. It does start out quiet. Okay, so here or here, start my timer. We're gonna just do this first part for 5 minutes, so it's not too bad, whatever. Focus at the tip of the nose, and you're just listening to the mantra. It's just the music right now. But long, deep breathing. Oh, you know what? I forgot the main part of it. Breathe in through the close. No, sorry. Breathe in like you're breathing in through a straw. Exhale, nose. You know, I'm supposed to read it. I just did this one yesterday. So breathe in. Exhale, nose. The idea is that you're drinking in prosperity. Eyes focus at the tip of the nose. And to rest your arms down at any time. Just imagine yourself holding the posture perfectly, soaking the benefits. Less than a minute of this part left. Continue the breath, continue the eye gaze at the tip of the nose. Bring the arms, keep the fingers crossed, bring the arms above your head like a halo. Continue the breath. Continue your eye gaze. This posture is done to establish brain strength. It will strengthen the gray matter. It creates a halo around you, a sign of good luck. Bring your arms down at any time if you need. No need to injure yourself. Kind to your body. few minutes of this breath. Name it, to drink in the prosperity, drink in the prana, life is Continue the eye gaze at the tip of the nose. Continue the breath, drinking in the breath like you're drinking through a straw. Bring your arms down. Keep your fingers connected. Bring your arms down to your navel center. Navel's about 2 inches below your belly button, and just rest your hands there, still in this Jupiter mudra, still drinking in the breath. Relax your shoulders. Nice, tall, Take a deep breath in. Hold. Exhale, release the mudra and just shake your body, shake your arms, shake your whole body. This helps distribute all that prana we just created and awakened. And it does another thing too, this shaking. We're shaking for a minute, so it feels like forever when you're doing it. So I'm going to talk your way through it, so it'll feel a little shorter. The other thing that shaking does, they don't all do this, but some of the meditations do this. And this is also another way we talked about, we intentionally stress the nervous system a little bit. This helps release it, just like animals do in the wild. If they had some confrontation, shake that stuff off. Shake off the worries of the day. Almost done shaking. Feels like a long time, I know. And then relax your arms down. You have your hands either folded in your lap, Buddha Mudra, just activity, palms to the sky. And just check in with yourself. We close our practice. We bring our hands to heart center, just like we did when we started. You can close your eyes, inhale deeply, exhale, and we're going to close by chanting Sat Nam 3 times. Sat means truth, Nam is my name. So your vibrating truth is your name. 3 is the first idea of form. It's the first idea of a container. That's why we do a lot of these mantras in threes. So inhale deeply. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam also means my higher self bows to your higher self. So it's a salutation as well. I brought my husband, who is not a Kundalini yogi, to a sound bath, and some guy was like Sat Nam to him, and he's just like, Will, like he thought it was his name. And I just laughed so hard. I love my very normal husband. He's like not normal with like what's going on, but he's just like, I don't want to chant, I don't want to do mantra, like I don't want to meditate. And he's a Capricorn, so or Sagittarius and true sidereal, but he's got a lot of Capricorn energy anyways. So this is how this cultivates your attention. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. It is my greatest blessing, and I say this all the time, but I'll never stop saying it. So it really does help an awakening, and the attention that you put on things serves as this precious currency. It's so precious. I can't say it enough because there's so many things hooking your attention, and we truly do create our own reality through our thoughts and actions. And so I want to create a reality of meditators that are creating the reality that they actually want, not the one that keeps being like propagandized to them to create. And the consistency of the practice. So whatever it is, whether you join with me and meditate or you just meditate on your own, just set some sort of consistency for yourself. Like I tell people when they're first starting out, like just come in and do the breath work and then go. That's like 5 minutes. That's perfect. That's all you need. Or like if you're going to do the full like 30-minute, meditation, come in once a week. Like just set it on your calendar and then you get addicted to it and then you want to do it all the time. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you like that. And yeah, Florence, I think you're going to sleep like a baby after this since it's later there. I have another meditation I'm going to get to. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Feel free to unmute or stay muted or drop it in the chat, whatever is calling you. And yeah, so if you want to connect with me, Transcend with Jess is my Instagram that I'm actually working on growing now that I'm like, hey, I have all these things and nobody knows what I'm doing. Not nobody. I have a small group of like very supportive women that we meditate, and like three out of 6 of us have been meditating for over 500 days together. So I've been doing this every single day. So it's 6 a.m. Arizona. Right now we're on the same time as Pacific. So we're 6 a.m. Pacific. We're these weirdos in Arizona that don't change our time, but then it changes for people. So now until like November, it's 6 a.m. PST and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then however that relates for you, Florence, I'm not sure what time that would be, but yeah, so and then the Beloved Way at my group for the level that I teach, so where it's just the daily meditations called the activation. And so I teach every single day, 6 a.m. And sometimes I might have to move it if I'm like, just a little bit here and there, but I really try to get it like the same. It's like my dedication to doing it. And I always do like we might start doing this meditation as our 11th day. We do something on the 11th of every day, which is something I started a couple years ago. The 11th of every month, just a little extra juice and nothing's required. It's all bonus. And the more people I have join, the more I'm going to be able to add more bonus things in. So I really am excited to grow with everyone and just see everyone's wins. I have a small group and like millions of dollars of business deals have gone on in this group. It's insane to me. And so I'm like, yes, more people need this. So anyways, if you have any questions, reach out or let's just hang out and be friends. But yeah, I'll turn it back. Oh, good. I'm glad you're so relaxed. Yeah. It's like I find Kundalini yoga is just super powerful. That's why I love it. It moves the energy fast and this is what my next one. We're starting March 21st is our next meditation. We do like 40-day runs, but I always tell people like, the 40 days is just for something fun. Like it's a goal, but just like the idea is just to meditate. So people like the last one of our students joined halfway through the last one. Like she just showed up at like day 25 and was like, I'm here. I want to meditate. I'm like, that's perfect because you're still getting the juice, like of all of us that have been doing the 40 days. Like that's the hack. That's the trick about the group meditation is you can just come in. I've had two people that have come in looking for a specific like prosperity ping, got it in 2 days, and then it like they couldn't stay because it didn't align with their schedule anymore. So that has happened twice. It's just funny. Like people come in with a certain prosperity thing that they want and get it really quickly. So yeah, I'm open for any questions. I do teach courses, but they're kind of like they're live cohorts. So I'm in the middle of my Enneagram map of creation one right now. So that's not open. But that's pretty much I'm really just want a bunch of people meditating. I see the world full of people that are not letting their energy get hooked by the latest BS, basically. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, I'm like extra nonverbal now, so I don't have too much to say as far as closing remarks go, but that was really great.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing your magic with us all. It was what I needed. I had a kind of squirrely day, so like I needed that. So thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
you
You're
keep your
welcome.
energy so timely with the transit of it going direct in Gemini,
Yeah.
expansion of a new paradigm. So yeah, I just want to encourage you to post whatever resources or offerings you have in
Yes,
the
I will
self-promotion
do.
thread so that people know where to find you outside of DMing you on Instagram
Yes.
or TikTok. It's,
Yeah.
well, yeah, thank you so much. That was amazing.
So thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day and let me know if any magic shifts for you. I love to hear the wins. So thank you. And thank you for everyone on the replay and make today magical.
Amazing. Bye.
Bye.